All right, so welcome back. And so now we're going to start to use some of the blocks that we have located on the left-hand side in our Scratch project. So the first thing I actually wanted to do is to show that the microbit doesn't have to be connected via the USB to the computer. It's because we're using the Bluetooth capabilities for it. And so if I go ahead and I unplug my microbit and I plug in the battery pack here, I've got a battery pack connected. Make sure, yeah, so that's still there. And so you'll see that we've disconnected with the microbit to Scratch. But if we just go ahead and reconnect, it will look for them, and we're good to go. Awesome. And so now that we are connecting, or connected, go to the editor. And so now we can explore using some of the opportunities, as you can see over on the left-hand side. So the first thing I just wanted to explore with you is how the buttons and the LEDs work. And so we can have that, if we have button A is pressed or button B is pressed, or we have any button is pressed, then we can have something happen to a sprite. And so you see here that we've got the sprite cat. So if I go up to, let's say, motion, and then I can use this to maybe turn the sprite around. And so if I just increase this a little bit, there we are. That should be better. So let's say that I want it that when I press the B button, so the B is sort of on the left, the right-hand side of my microbit. So I'm going to turn 15 degrees to the right, and then on the left-hand side of the microbit we have button A. So I want to move to the left, and then now what we can say is so for any button, this would be for if A or B are pressed. And so because I've already got these two codes going, so this bunch of code and this bunch of code or sequence, if I add anything here on this one, it will sort of like compete with it, and so I'm not going to use this. So, but in the future, if you wanted to, you can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the microbit here, and you'll see that if I press on the button, I can move the Scratch cat around. And so it's a great opportunity for you to start having essentially a remote control, a wireless remote control for some of your projects. And so in this version, I was just showing how you can turn things, and maybe every so often you can have it, uh, you know, something is coming at Scratch and Scratch has to sort of catch it. So that's an option. You can have Scratch moving left and right. So we can have sort of change x by, -5 or negative, let's say -10, and then we can have x by 10. And so again, if we go to a certain value to start off, and we put our direction back to 0, then we can have our buttons move Scratch back and forth. So it's a great chance for you to start doing that. And then also there's the communication the other way as well. And so you can have it that we can display a hard image, or we can display different types of icons. So unlike Make Code, where they already have some preset icons, this one you have to program your own. And so here I can have a smiley face, or my representation of a smiley face. That's a better smiley face. And so I can go ahead, and if I press the A button, you'll see that pop up. Hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. But so you'll see that pop up on the screen there. And so we can have different options for that. We can also have that if I press on the space bar. So now I can have like communication between here. So if I press on the space bar for my Scratch project, so I'll just press the green flag. Oh, its space key is pressed, yeah. My keyboard, my external keyboard is not connected, so that's why. It's because I connected it before. So, yeah, so my code is correct, so I can, if the space key is pressed, so I can have hello. So now you can use this as an opportunity to have like different communication options, or you can explore with other things. The other thing, we have that clear display. So if you have you're displaying something on there, you can display. You can clear that display out. So let's say you only want to show the happy face for a few seconds. So if we go into control, we wait a second, and then we clear display. So again, let's put this here. So when I press the space bar, it's going to display hello. It's going to have a little smiley face. Wait a second, and then clear display. So if we do that, so we got hello scrolling along there, and then displays that, and then stops. Great. So as you can see, getting started with this wireless controller is a great opportunity with the microbit. So I'll just show you a few examples of some of the projects that I've created during this. While I'm talking here, I'm just going to save now. I got to make sure I save my project, and then I'm just going to jump over to my microbit studio to show you some of the examples that I've created. And so some of the other things that you'll see is every time you go into a new studio, you'll have to, or a new project, you've got to reconnect your microbit. But there's some different ones that you can explore.